All right, all right. What's up, everyone? Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me just pop up the music. Oh, why is it so quiet? Oh, there we go. All right, let me pop up chat. All right. Where is okay? There's chat. I don't know why it disappeared on me for a second. Hello. What's up, guys? Let's see. Beta bot, how you doing, my friend? I think we are crashing soon. We will see. We will see. No music? I think you're lying to me. I think you're lying to me. Let's see. A leaf. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Clap show, good to see you as well. Let's see. Took profit on my 88 short as well. Re-entered again. Did I get? See, unfortunately, I was out and I took profit and I just did not set a conditional, so I did not re-enter. So I will set it. I actually set a conditional again, so hopefully when it gets back below, I get entered. Okay, now there's music. Okay, so want to make sure. Just want to make sure. All right, that's it. We're all caught up on chat. Nice and simple. Let me just go ahead. Oh, am I not prepared? I don't think I'm prepared today. Nope. I'm usually good with this. I know I've been slacking on the scheduling on that's on. I apologize. I was out late last night and literally just got home, went right to bed. Usually I go on my computer, set up the schedule for the live streams, and I haven't been doing that, so I apologize. I will get back on track soon. Where is the... Here's... Whoa! Oh, man. So I decided to approach my swing trading account a little bit differently. I'm trying to stick to... I want to stick to a bias, but also not like take trades to the other side. So like, even though I do have a short bias, I did take a long position on the swing on my swing account, and I did not realize we're sitting in $1,000 profit on this one. So that we're killing it. Let's see, the account's up to 11.5. It just goes to show, guys, like when you have money, like when you have a lot of money to play with, it really does amplify the amount of money you can make. And I'm using less R&R per trade. I believe I'm using a little bit more risk than I probably should. Like I'm still using 3%. I believe I'm still using 3%. Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm still using 3%, but I'm using a 5% stop. And it's been absolutely doing wonders for me. Why isn't that not going away? So yeah, I'm going to shout out today's sponsor of the stream, which is Fairdesk. So if you guys are interested in looking for a new exchange, Fairdesk has everything we need as ABC traders, and it's a great platform, good UI. If you guys are interested in trying out a new exchange, you guys check out the link in the description below. And if you sign up and deposit, so you know that it does come back to support the channel, as well as if you guys do trade, I do get a cut of your trading fees. So if you guys were to actively trade on Fairdesk, I would greatly appreciate it. But it's not required, but thank you to those who have. I really do appreciate you. But yeah, that's awesome, killing it. And then as well as, I have to say this, unfortunately, the person who may or may not be doing this, or I don't know how to phrase that, but if you go to if you go to copy trading and type in Johnny Crypto, we do have I just haven't made any trades on it. I'll probably take the 88 short on that. It's just managing this account, my smaller account. Well, I'm not managing this account. making sure that this person who does manage this account takes the trades. Myself managing the smaller account, and then my swing account, I just forget. So I gotta make sure this person is doing their job. So if you guys are interested, please go ahead and check it out. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's sponsorship. Thanks to Fair Desk again. And then we can go back to scheduled programming. Let's see. I always okay. Can you look at AXSUSD and CRUSD, please? Thanks. Definitely will. Alif took profit on a BNB short as well. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Prathish, I do, my friend. Good to see you. Yo, dude, Instacart, I'll rewatch later. Thanks, Joe. I really do appreciate it. I think we might go to dump again on those coins, or just in general. Because for BTC, let me touch on BTC real quick, and then I'll go check the other coins out. But I mean, there's really not much to be said. If we were to kind of not pump as much as we did and kind of go sideways a little bit, I'd be a little bit more confident in potential more downside. But I'll be honest, I think we're probably going to come up, and if we are going to reverse, I think we are going to reverse off of this larger setup. Going back to the larger time frame. All right, we do have this ABC here. That actually gives me a larger A wave. This is a larger B wave, and then we have an extension to a C. Something that I realized, I want to see if this applies. I'm just making lines up at this point. All right, it didn't work. So usually what happens, I haven't really touched on this concept in a while, but I was looking at this when I was waking up this morning a couple hours ago, and I was like, oh, this is like a very textbook like ABC when it comes to how I like to view things, and I haven't really explained it too much yet. The best way to describe it is one of the key foundations for ABCs, especially when comparing it to Elliott wave, is that you usually have a 5-way count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And usually what tends to happen is your actual first 3 waves becomes part of a larger A. We have a pullback to a B, and then we have a larger continuation to the C. And so your 1, 2, 3 actually becomes part of a larger A, larger pullback to a B, larger separation in trend for the B, and then continuation higher for the C. And that's pretty much what we have going on in price right now. If you want to look at this from a technical 5-wave count from an Elliott wave perspective, we have our 1, 2, or 3, a 4, and then a 5. Well, I know people are going to say, but John, the 4 can't go past the 1 wave. Invalid count. I'm like, all right, dude. Like, if you want to be to this is why I can't stand Elliott wave and the people who I'm not saying I can't stand people who trade Elliott wave. I just don't like when people are purist and they think that Elliott wave is the best, the bee's knees, the best thing around. It's funny because I can achieve the same results, if not better, than some of these guys, and I use way less thought into my analysis. So, and it goes to, this is another thing too, is this is the reason why I love the way I do things, is because even though we are setting ourselves up for an A to a B to a C, if we do not, if we do not get rejected off of 32K and significantly press back lower, something like this, I always draw the retest, but it doesn't have to retest. But if we don't reject heavily, all right, my opinion, especially if we can't sustain below, we are breaking past 32K. And if we do break past 32K, the next logical step is going to be 48. It's just hard for me to ignore that. Maybe you can make an argument for 43. I'll draw that just in case. But to me, in my opinion, the most significant resistance is 48K. So to me, It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting point once we get up to this region, because at this point I don't see price just putting in a double top, or I mean technically you can consider this a potential double top. Double tops rarely work out. It's always a lower low or higher high for the most part. I'm not saying that's that every single time, but a lot of the times when you think we're gonna get some sort of lower low, I need to add this to add the brush. All right. So every time you guys are expecting some sort of lower low, or sorry, some sort of double bottom, get a lower low. If you guys are looking for, I'm trying to think of an example for a double top. Yeah, here's a double top. For a double top, maybe you originally get this one, you get a rejection, and then you end up putting it a higher high. This one here, maybe a double top. You're looking for a double top here, end up actually getting a higher high. So a lot of the times when you're looking for double tops and double bottoms, it's just ABCs. But technically, with the way I used to look at double bottoms, is that you're looking for an exact retest of the previous first touch. But a lot of the cases, it ends up being an extended pass anyway. So I know, I forgot who it was, but someone said Garrett saw the way. I don't really watch his content, but apparently he calls ABCs double tops, but he's looking for extensions past the original first touch, which is, I mean, you could call, if you want to call it a double top, you can. But just based off of how I used to trade and how I do this, it seems, or at least how I used to approach my TA, usually a double top or double bottom is at the neckline. So technically you're getting close to a double top, but it really depends on what happens. I mean, if I can't look at this and not think that we have one last area to go ahead and at least test to see if it wants to actually respect that and reject. But if we blow past 32.5, I really don't see a reason to be bearish in the shorter to medium term. And I might have to kind of reconsider, rethink what could be happening. Technically, you could go all the way back up to the previous all-time high, but as long as you don't break that, you can get a larger A to a B to a C. I am not the biggest fan of this whatsoever. My theory is the higher you go, the less likely you are to put in a new low. It just doesn't make sense for price to go ahead and retrace initially 77%, right? And then let's say we go up to 48K, and you're telling me we have to go down another 77% again twice? I just don't see it. But you guys know my motto. You guys know how I do things. Just because I don't think it's gonna happen doesn't mean it can't. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go down to 10K, it's an 80% drop. So you tell me that first 70% drop was just the beginning of things? I have a hard time believing that. So I mean, if we want to go back and compare fractals or compare different parts of price action, which I don't necessarily do all the time. I mean, I do acknowledge it sometimes. Let's see how this handled. So we had an original drop to 84%, and then from the next high, we put in 71. Oh, okay. All right. So it's possible. Maybe not. Let me just look at this again before I jump to any conclusions. Where is? So let's say 48K. Let's say we go to 48K. Okay, I stand corrected. Maybe we could go down another 70%. It's possible. It's possible. I'm very confused. And I'll have to this is why I don't like to look too far into the future. To me, it's a level by level basis, because if I start trying to look into things too much, you guys see what happens. Unfortunately, I just get lost and try to figure out what could happen. Is this possible? Is this possible? In a way that kind of helps me guide the way I trade a little bit better, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Doesn't necessarily do it all the time. Sometimes it causes chaos. Sometimes it gets me a little scatterbrained. So Yeah, this is definitely some interesting times regardless. We can definitely, I don't see a problem with going up to 48K and at least putting in a larger retest. I really don't see the possibility of going down, putting a lower price point past 15K if we go all the way back up to 48. But you never say never. Never say never. Let's see. BT and Crypto. Shout out to Fairdesk. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much. Good to see you though. Let's see, BetaBot. Harold, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you as always. How's it going? All right. So I got BTC out of the way. Let's do. I know somebody asked. BetaBot asked for AXS. Hey, I can't for some reason. It's a tongue twister for me. AXS USD. Even though I know I'm saying it right, my tongue gets like pauses every time I want to say that phrase. I don't know why. Okay, so you did not get that retest. So if you're gonna take a long position, wait for it to get back above. I mentioned before, it's just a waiting game. But if we continue to fall, 273. That's pretty much it. CRV. All right, so CRV put in, it did get back below. All right, and we did form a smaller ABC, but we're in no man's land. It's the same thing for CRV. I really don't see. I mean, now this is turning to a larger A to a B to a C. So this pivot is still in the cards. I probably would stick to this pivot still. Yeah, because you had a lot of bounce off support, even came up rejected. So I would say wait for 80 cents to try to take another position. Unless you get one more. If you can get one more retracement, another leg down, then I would say absolutely go for it. But at the moment, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. That's the only other way I would say you can consider another new position. If you get another ABC like that. I know it's not. Let me center it in the screen. There we go. Let's see. BetaBot hearts. Okay, cool. Thanks, no problem. Zaman videos, good job, bro. I do appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by, leaving a comment. Do appreciate it. All right, let me give you guys an update on the positions. So I got stopped out of the BTC short. I did take profit on the ADA. All right, so I have to send over. I have some margin on Bybit. I have to send over to. I'm probably gonna keep this on here if I need it. If not, I have the wallet. I have another wallet that I have the money saved onto from me taking out money previously. And the reason why, because when you guys are switching to a new exchange, when you guys are trading any exchange, regardless, you can never ever be too, how do I say this? You can never ever be too careful. All right, always be, how do I say this? What's a good way to put this? I'm having a brain fart here. Always be cautious. All right, that's the word. I was to say cautious. Always be cautious on whatever exchange you use. If you are going to trade on any exchange, even Fairdesk, all right? I know Bybit has been around forever. Even with Bybit, I'm still a little bit cautious because you never know what's going to happen. But always deposit what you need to trade with. Keep the rest in a secured wallet. If you need to deposit more, deposit as needed. I like to keep enough for a couple trades. Right now, because of just is how easy it is for Fairdesk, and as well as me not keeping my entire stack on Fairdesk, I have plenty of capital to trade with, so I really don't need to deposit anytime soon. Let's see. Let me show you guys the balance. Let's see. Let's see if it'll actually work this time. Come on. There you go. So we're sitting at about 943 with that's including the profits. I'll take a screenshot and show you guys. But Maybe I might be able to get it to focus. Let's see. Nope. Of course, it's all greened out, so it's not going to work. Let me just take a quick screenshot, and I'll share with you guys. But we're up about 430% on ADA. We're up about 500% on BTC. And I did not see the ETH. Come on. Give it to this one. Copy, paste, send. Let me pull up the post. This one, me. All right, so today's update for the account. All right, so ADA up 429%. BTC I'm up 200 bucks on, well, it's about 600%, and then ETH 286% as well. So for these trades, we're killing it. We're doing a good job. Hopefully, if price continues to go further, we obviously hope we do increase the amount. I believe my calculations are correct. Let's do some quick math here. So what's the margin on this one? So total assets, was this do as of now? Obviously, some of this is unrealized. So this is not gonna be a final number. So 301, I have $800 sitting in another account, and then I have 947 on this one, right? 947. Assets 942. So right now we're sitting just above just above 2,000. So I believe after putting in scattered amounts throughout the time, just putting some money in as I'm growing this, I believe we're about like 11. We started at like 1,100, 1,150, so $1,150. So we're almost up to the doubling mark. Doing a fantastic job though. So hopefully after these next set of trades, if the longs do prevail, which I have a slight feeling they might, but if we do go up to 48K, we're going to be sitting pretty. I'll tell you what, we'll be sitting pretty. Let's see. Crypto Beehive. Hi, Johnny. I'm still learning the ABC. If I think Bitcoin is going to 32K, what would be my entry point for a short if that's the way I want to trade? And what's time frame is best to use? So to answer your question real quick, if we are going to go to 32K, all right, we don't know if that's possible. All right, we don't know if we're going to go absolutely and test that level exactly. But what we do know is that we need to put in a higher high in order to get the short position. Now, when we actually go ahead and put in that short, all right, we have this ABC for an A. We have this ABC for a B. All right, and all we need is a slightly higher high. All right. As soon as we get a higher high past that previous pivot, you're only going to enter the trade when price gets back below. All right, so don't enter the trade up here. Wait till price gets back below and then you enter, right? Because we don't know if you're going to get just a little blip like that or if price is going to actually go ahead and test 32K. You don't know yet. So it's good not to, you can assume that price is going to test certain areas of resistance, but focus on the setups. Don't assume too much, all right? Just focus on the entries, because what could happen is, you know, when you're in a level like in this position here, when you get that slightly lower low, you're expecting, if you get that break, you might expect a little bit lower price points to be tested, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. Sometimes all you get is a slight wick, you get a reclaim, that's your entry, that's it. We just don't know. So the same scenario applies, is if you are going to short, wait until we get that higher high and take the trade as we get back below. If you give yourself a decent stop loss, for me, I use 3%. Why can't I get that exactly? What? Come on, move. All right, well, that's as close to 3% I can get. But if I give myself a 3% stop, it's not going to be enough to cover the test, the 32K. But if it does enter me and stop me out, most likely we are going to be on our way up to 32K. And then from there, if we reject, then we can focus on re-entering. You know, the ABCs are not perfect, guys. It's not always a one and done. There's going to be situations to where you're going to get caught up in some choppy price action. But at the end of the day, if you calculate your risk properly, adjust as accordingly, you know, always adjust as you lose, then you'll be all right. All right. It might take a little bit longer because of the actual amount of times you're getting stopped out, but the profits that we make way surpass the amount you lose. So that's how I would approach your crypto beehive. Oh, sorry about that. Beta bot. What after if AXS crashes to 2.7? You just have to wait for a setup. If you want to buy some spot at that level, you can. It's not necessarily at a ABC trade I would consider taking, but if you want to accumulate, that's a good spot to accumulate, beta bot. ABC method is a very unique method. I do appreciate that, Zaman. Yeah, we like to think a little bit outside of the box. You know, one of the core principles that I hold very high standards in trading is that if you can find a way to separate yourself from a majority of how people trade, that's how you're going to be very successful. You know, that's why you don't see a bunch of indicators on my screen. You don't see a bunch of extensive, crazy Fibonacci time sequences, retracements, extensions, because everyone else, or volume profiles, because everyone always uses the exact same tools. And I'm not saying you can't be successful with those tools. It's just that because everyone's using them and because some of these tools are very intricate and technical, you're gonna have a hard time. So when you stick to the basics, keep things simple, and also kind of think outside of the box, that's what's gonna land you in a good position, or at least it's gonna give you a better outcome in trading. And that's something I hold true. Even if I every once in a while I get the question is, what's the best way to phrase it? Is ABCs ever going to die out? Are ABCs going to last forever? I think, in my opinion, we are playing against the average retail trader, right? The average retail trader, right? People who are new to this game tend to trade a particular style of playing support, resistance, breakout trades, etc. A key example is that if we do break this resistance, there's going to be people trying to buy into this pump, right? While they're buying into this pump, we're going to be selling once you get back below, all right? And big money and whales understand this. And so what they do is they utilize that to their advantage. They need volume to get in and out of their positions because they have large amounts to play with. So as people are buying in, we're going to be selling. Whales are going to be selling. It's going to help kind of give us that little advantage and hopefully give us a little bit more momentum to the downside. That's if we are going to reverse. It's hard to tell. I don't rely on any extra tools, so that's why to me, price action is the best tool you can ever have, because it tells you what levels that price are going to respect. It also gives you an idea of where price can go to. And so that's why I love using the ABC method. That's the reason why I love price action. That's all you really need. Let's see. I'm in a 50x leverage trade long on BTC right now. I think we go up a little bit more. That's awesome, Alif. That's awesome. Why are you showing that? Are you doing a small account challenge or something? Yes, Sean. So I originally started with $500. And worked with that for a little bit. But then starting November, from November, I started with $1,000. And at some point, I sprinkled in every once in a while, like $50, $20, just to kind of throw at it, just to have some extra money laying around. But all that money that I put in wasn't taken out of my actual spot, my larger macro account. I went out and worked DoorDash. I worked and saved up money using DoorDash as a kind of a side business or side income. And all the money I made from DoorDash, I put into that. and just traded with it. And so now we turned $1,000 and we're sitting over 2K. What I'm gonna probably start to do is, because I do want to, I think what I'm gonna do with this account is what I've been thinking for about this for a little while, is I want to keep this going into the next bull run. And I think what I'm gonna do is, I do get paid from Fairdesk, right? Fairdesk does pay me to sponsor them, as well as I get a cut of your commissions from if you guys trade. What I am going to do is I'm going to take that a portion of that money plus all of the trading commissions. So I'm not going to even take the trading commissions out. I'm going to start accumulating that into the account, and I'm going to grow it to a larger sum, and we're going to do some giveaways. That's what I decided we're going to do. Probably by the end of the bull run, whatever that the amount goes up to, obviously I'm going to take that a portion for myself. And what I'll do is I'll dedicate a certain amount, and we'll just, excuse me, we'll do giveaways. So depending if it's $1,000, 2,000, you know, maybe if I can get that account to a respectable amount, like somewhere in the low to mid 5 figures, I'll give away a couple grand. So we'll do giveaways every stream, to kind of celebrate the success of the account. It's the least I can do for you guys for supporting me in the channel. So I'm working on that right now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 25 to 30 bucks of Fairdesk that Fairdesk pays me. I'm going to, which is a portion. I'm going to take a portion of that, roll it into the account, as well as take all of the commissions I make from you guys. I'm just going to roll it into the account going forward. So if you do see the number exponentially grow, it's because of that. Just letting you guys know up front. But I promise at the end of this, it's going to come back to you guys. So it's a way for me to say thank you for showing support. Maybe I'll probably do a giveaway when we get closer. I'll start doing something with Fairdesk to get you guys, if you guys want to sign up and do that and give you extra chances to win. I think that'll be pretty cool. So we'll have to wait and see how it's going to play out. But I think as this channel continues to go, as we continue to do this, you guys are here on the journey with me. I figured, why not? If we do well, which I think we are going to do well, I'll show you guys where I think the account could be going, especially if we continue this win rate. And we'll see, you know, how the market plays out in the future. Obviously, it all depends. But depending on how we do, I can give you guys a rough example. So just letting you guys know. So right now let's sitting at, let's say 2,000 even. All right. On a monthly basis, guys, I'm just on our range of how we do things and how good we do is about 5 to 10% a month. That's like the average. So I'm going to just go to right in the middle. Let's do 7.5. All right. And let's say by this time, I would say by the time the halving comes, it's going to be 11 months. So the bull run doesn't really start until 3 to 6 months after the halving. So let's say a year and 5 months. Actually, no, I can probably go almost 2 years. So let's say in 2 years, all right, if I don't do anything, if I just keep the 2,000 and we consistently average about 5 to 10% a month, depending on, I'm just using a middle rate of 7.5. All right, that's going to be about 11 grand. All right, now watch what happens if I accumulate to it. So let's say after every month, if I just accumulate, or if I just account for what I'm putting just from what Fairdesk gives me. So if I put in like 25, let's say 25 bucks a week. So let's say $100 a month. And let's do it for that. You know, I'm depositing an extra $2,400 over the course of 2 years, but it gave me an extra almost $4,000 to play with. So that's just a baseline. You know, if I get more people to sign up, trade, and deposit, or deposit and trade, I obviously get a little bit more of that. So if you guys want to contribute, you know, the way you can contribute if you sign up, deposit, and trade. I'm not asking you guys to, but maybe if I can get something to where we can do giveaways, maybe I'll, you know, hopefully it can be a little bit more of a way to give back to you guys, but I still haven't figured that out yet. But that's just $100 a month. Even though it's not a lot, it adds a decent amount more. It's an extra almost $6,000 just from adding an extra $100 by the end of those 2 years. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. So if we can get up to 11K, we'll see how that's like the baseline of what we're aiming for, 10 to 11,000 by the time the bull run ends. I'll go ahead and give away maybe a couple grand of that. Just doing giveaways. So it'll be pretty cool. Let's see. You can say your 88 conditioner short. Yeah, I definitely will do that on my phone here shortly. ABC always in the school. Yeah, I feel like ABC method is a Mandalorian to everyone else's Jedi trading. LOL. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Sean Daly, very, very cool. Yeah, I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see. Heart. I won $50 from Ryan Matta twice. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, I remember. I think I won one of his giveaways once as well. How long Fairdex has been running for, and can I use it in Ontario? Yeah, so I don't use a VPN, so you can use it in Ontario. I don't know how long Fairdesk has been around for. Let me check. Let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you can, if you go on CoinGecko, you guys can check out. Really know the information on CoinGecko. They have decent volume. Now I know you guys see the trust score 5. Look, when I remember, it's hard to trust any exchange. That's why I only put in what you want to trade with. Never ever put in your full amount, especially if you have a large amount. You know, don't be, if you have $10,000-$20,000 to trade with, don't be just dumping 10-20 grand into an exchange. Even myself, I don't go out of my way to put any significant amount of money onto here, onto any exchange. If I do, it's to showcase, to show you guys what is possible. So, you know, just be careful regardless. With any exchange, the last thing I want to do is see people lose their entire savings just because they decided to deposit money into exchange. If you guys want to do that to support me, as much as I appreciate it, I will not recommend that. I cannot recommend it. Even though if you guys want to go out and sign up and deposit your full stack and trade with it, even though it does look good for me, I don't want you guys to lose your money in case something bad happens. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you can use it in Canada. Extrapolate that to 5 years. Let's see. Yeah, so 5 years, $153,000. So 2,000 into 500 grand. And then now let's say you take $100. Let's say we're depositing it at the beginning of each month. So over the course of 5 years, we put in an extra 6,000, but we pretty much almost doubled the amount of money you could have made. And this number goes up more significant. It goes up much more significantly. If I go to 10% and go to 2 years again, you know, look at that. Look how much of a difference that is between 7.5 to 10%. So 30 grand. So I think I'm going forward. I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. I'm letting you guys know that every week it's gonna be an extra $30. And something that I've looked into and thought about is, when you deposit money, right? I always try to tell you guys, if you guys are new to trading, never ever dedicate all of your entire stack to one strategy, right? If you guys are new to the ABC method, if you guys are new to understanding or trying to learn ABCs, you know, don't go ahead and play around with your entire stack at first. Start off with a fraction. Start off with a good maybe 10% of what you got. See if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, then it saves you a lot of headache. It saves you time and saves you losses. If you spend enough time, if you like it, if you roll with it, then yeah, you can go ahead and start adding more into your account. I hate when it does this during my streams. I apologize. But if you start finding success, go ahead and start implementing more. This is that concept. So the concept is you start out with a small amount. If you work your way up and you do well, if you like it, start putting a little bit more in. And that's all we're doing is just accumulating. As much as percentages is cool and all that, yes, it is important. For me, the goal of this account is to grow it as fast as not as fast, but to as much as I can within a 2-year span. All right. But I also want to make it realistic. Okay. Because if you guys want to end up doing the same thing, you know, if you guys can go ahead and put $25 a week into an account, this is what you can do with it. Because I want you guys to make money. All right. As much as I'm going to keep saying this, as much as percentages is cool and all, percentages work in your favor. But if you can amplify that by putting more into your account and building it as well from another avenue, go ahead and do it. You know, I had someone ask me in my personal life, this was a couple months ago, but he's like, hey, you know, I have a couple $1,000. I want to try this. So what do you recommend? I told him the same thing. Start out small. If you want to accumulate, you know, keep doing so. And basically he saved up that $2,000 or I think it was like $3,000, but he was just saving a couple $100 a month and it was just accumulating over time. So I said the same thing. I said, if you want to start small, you can. Don't use the full $3,000. Start maybe with like a $500, see what you can do with it. And if you want, take that $300, keep saving that money, keep accumulating. Watch what happens when, let's say 7.5%, 3,000, not 300, 3,000. Let's say you're depositing an extra $300 a month just from extra money you're saving. In 2 years, that's $37,000. All right, that's more than what we did on a $2,000 account with 10%. So it kind of helps amplify what you can do. Now, even though the percentage is less in profit compared to what we just did, but the overall number is higher. So to me at the moment, I'm focused on growing this number. As much as percentages is cool, I'm trying to grow this as much as we can. If I can take, let's say I take $2,000, let's say I can make 10%. And let's say, you know, I'm not saying we're going to deposit, but let's say the same percentages. Let's say this person does really well. Actually, let's go back to 3,000. I don't know why I changed that back. So let's say the same person does really well with ABCs and they can average 10% a month, as well as maintain $300 of consistent adding into an account. That's a good $58,000 is a good chunk of change in 2 years. It's impressive. It's nothing to scoff at. Not bad. So, you know, the goal is to find a system that's consistent, even though that we're not trading like crackheads, right? We are taking trades I would say every couple weeks. The setups form as time progresses. It's a very laid back strategy. If you can work full-time job, or if you have enough money saved, or if you can accumulate to an account while you trade this, it's the ultimate recipe for growth. That's my strongest. That's one of my biggest things is, you know, it's as much as trading on a 5-minute time frame and turning a couple $1,000 into $30,000 is cool within a relatively small time frame. Is also very dangerous. So this is kind of a really good middle ground for me. Let's see. Does Fairdesk have proof of reserves? Let's take a look. I believe they did. Where did I see? Because before, guys, and like I said, when I take sponsorships, I do my best to try to look into this. There was a section where they did talk about that. Here it is. So proof of reserves. All right, so here I got reserve ratios for everything. Wow, that's a lot of money. So they have. Okay, that's not as much as I thought. 6 million. Oh, platform assets. Wait a minute. I can't do the math. 3, So 12 million in platform assets, 6 million, 6.5 million in user assets. Here's everything. USDC, that's a lot of USDC. Here's all the addresses. If you guys go to Fairdesk and you look at learn proof of reserves, you guys can look into that. I think, it's, you can even look at snapshot times. So I think it's legit. I like the platform. Like I said, I looked into this as much as I could before I accepted anything. I'm not going to take it from some random exchange that I never heard of before. Fairdesk is not on on the higher part of the tier list when it comes to top derivatives exchanges. I think it's a good platform. So yeah. You got mail. Mr. Reckless, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Let's see, Akbar Johnny, how to identify trend is over? You look for ABCs. That's when the possible end of the trend can possibly end. I'm not saying the trend is going to end off of an ABC, but all ABCs are opportunities. Opportunities that the market shows us that we could be ending. Doesn't mean that it is going to end, but it shows us where it could end. Going back to our long position, which we took down here. All right, the reason why I took this is because we had an ABC to an A, ABC to a B, ABC to a C. All right, once that price was hovering around this region and it shows us that we had signs of strength, boom, I'll hit it. I don't care. I don't care if it's choppy or not. I believe I got stopped out once during this entire range. I believe I got stopped at maybe once or twice up in here. I don't remember exactly. I have a really hard time remembering when I get stopped. All right, so right now I got stopped out once and we're sitting at just about a 5.5 risk to reward. The goal is if we can get to 48K, that'll be a 20 R&R. I believe I looked this up before. I gotta do it again. So if BTT gets to 48K, all right, our profit is going to be $1,131.30. That's going to be an awesome trade. So we'll see. Hopefully we can hit that. Drew. No hunter trading. Exactly. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see everyone. Drew, Akbar, Mr. Reckless. How you guys doing? Change this song. See, how long are we going for? 53 minutes. For some reason, this stream seems a lot longer than the last time. I know the last time we went for like over 2 hours, which is pretty cool. That was a fun time. That stream went by really fast. Beta bot, I see a red dot on the 4-hour market cipher B chart. Oh no, not the red dot. I'm not too worried. I'm not concerned. If we go down, I don't see price going down from here. For me, it's just kind of just wait and see what happens. I don't see it. Like, I'm trying to think of scenarios to where price has retraced almost all the way back up and then crash back down without putting in a higher high. I mean, maybe here, but we did not get as far up as we did comparison to the original entry. So we did not even get close to that. This one put in a higher high. This one we did. So we could be doing something like this. It's possible. All right. So let's just say ABC, we come up, come down, put in a retest like that, and eventually come up. That could be a scenario. Could be something like this. So we might get a close retest, come back down, but you guys can see, as long as you mark that level and just wait and see what happens, you'll figure out what price wants to do. So we could get something like this. We come back down, kind of consolidate without putting in a lower low, and eventually work our way back up, put in a higher high, boom. We need ABC to tell us the real answer. Yes, exactly. Sean Daly, would love to hear your TA on Aave if you have time. Absolutely, no problem. I haven't looked at Aave in a while. Aave, surprisingly, I had a couple monster trades on Aave a long time ago. Let's see. Let's look at the larger scale. Okay. So let's start here. All right, so I put in a higher high. A, B, C. So it looks like, based on the larger scale, A to a B, A, B, C. All right, so this looks like it's trying to think of like different scenarios. So one option is that this ABC is part of a possible larger trend. I don't like that too much. But regardless, you know, if you can get one more spike to the absolute lowest point, or sorry, not spike, one more dip, that would be a good position. I'm not saying to buy, you know, I don't give financial advice on this channel, but that could be a good position to take. All right, if you're looking to buy spot, this is where I'd be accumulating spot. Pretty much you wait for a price to come down and eventually reclaim. Once you get that reclaim above that pivot, that's where you go ahead and buy. Like I said, we don't give financial advice on this channel. That's something I would do. Something else to consider as another variation. This makes a little bit more sense. If we are going to be bullish, all right, we actually did put in an ABC. All right, so what this tells me is that possibly this larger B wave is not done. So maybe we can do something like this. We have an A to a B to a C. All you would need to confirm is a higher high. So once you get a higher high, pass around 115.44, which is this top right here. That would confirm a larger B wave. And then you can consider, if we do, I know there's a lot of lines here. I'm going to do my best to clear things up. If we come back above and then put in a lower low, or sorry, not a lower low. If we come back above and reclaim that level, that would be a good possible shorting point. Because on the larger scale, I would like to see a larger ABC like this one in the orange play out. That would be the ideal scenario. But doesn't need to happen. So as of now, if you're looking to accumulate spot positions, this wouldn't be a bad pivot if you can get a retest. At the moment, there is another one. I'm not the biggest fan of this pivot. You do have this one, but you are so extended past the pivot of the A. To me, it just doesn't make sense to take that. So I would try to see if you can get a retest back to that pivot around $50.37. If not, try to get your position around 45. So that's the best I got for you, Sean. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. Biddy seems to be holding 30K pretty strong in my opinion. I liked your second thought. Yeah, it's a strong possibility. Just keep in mind, you know, the levels are what's most important in my opinion. So the levels will tell you what is going to happen. If 45K fails, we have a completed structure, then you can look for a new possibility of the upside. If we run up from here, we still have a chance to put in a lower low, but we do have to at least come up to 116. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, thanks for that. No problem, my friend. No problem. Let's see how BTC's doing. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that. Small ABC on a 5-minute. See how that holds. Look how small it is on such a blip on the map compared to the larger setup. Is it supposed to rain today? I think it was supposed to rain today where I lived. Let me just double check. Let's see, 65. A little chilly, but no rain, surprisingly. Tomorrow is supposed to rain for sure. Damn, this whole for like the rest of that week is gonna be rainy. One of the best things about ABCs is it keeps you non-biased. I see so many YouTubers become biased when they trade one way, i.e. Lifer Total, Moonboy. Lifer Total Moonboy, now it seems, LOL. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, even within ABCs, that's a great point, Crypto Beehive. Even within ABCs themselves, people could still have a bias of what is going on. I know certain people trade things certain ways. My thing is, I've been on both sides. All right. So I've traded ABCs for a while. I've been on the side that I have been glued to one bias, and that has bitten me in the ass very, it's bit me in the ass and cost me a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but it cost me a lot of money. And I've also been prone to taking too many positions, trying to play both sides. The middle ground for me is making sure I keep a larger perspective in mind, making sure that I have the larger time frames. I'm sticking to larger setups. And from there, it allows me to show what is possible, right? If you have a bullish ABC and you're bearish and you don't want to take that, that's on you. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Because there's always going to be opportunities, right? I mentioned this plenty of times. This could be a larger A to a B to a C. And me being bullish could be wrong. I am not denying that. But as of now, this is a very strong setup. This is the strongest pullback we had throughout this entire uptrend. All right. This is not considered a healthy pullback. This is not Can't draw. This is not considered a healthy pullback. This is not considered a healthy pullback. We did not have a healthy pullback at all throughout the entirety of this entire uptrend until we had a nice A to a B to a C. So now that we had our first healthy pullback throughout the entirety of this uptrend, right? There's a chance that, you know, this could mean that it's almost over. Absolutely. But at the moment, it just doesn't make sense as to why you wouldn't take it in case we do exponentially go higher. So like I said, 42K at the very most at the let me stop before I keep stuttering. Best case scenario, 48,170. So I don't see why you wouldn't take it. Okay, let me rephrase that. I could see why you wouldn't take it, but to me, because I've been on that side of things, I don't like necessarily sticking to one bias. Even though you guys have wow, I cannot speak right now. As much as you guys have heard me say bear, when it comes to timing of things, absolutely. We're the most bull runs, unless this time's different. All right, every single previous bull run we've had has come about 6 to 8 months before the happening. You know, let's do something real quick. Let's do something. How did I get? Okay, it is on log. Okay. So when are the? Does everybody know when the prior happenings were? I can look it up. Okay, so it was November 28th. Pretty sure these are the ones. So 28, 2012, July 9, 2016, May 11th, 2020. So let's put those lines on the chart. I might have to go BLX. Oh, guess what? I already did this. I already did this. So all right, so it's November 27th, November 28th. All right, so pretty much what's the timeline? So about almost 3 months after the halving, that was our first bull run. The next one after that, $288. All right, about 9 months, 9.5 months. May of 2020. About 7.5 months. All right, and so we have this one. So between the three, what was it? 7.4. Can't type. What was the other one? Like 88 days. So what's 88 days divided by? I have so many calculators open. Sorry, my screen's freaking out. So let's say 2.9. I went to hit 3. Man, I cannot type. All right, so the average, all right, the average minimum is about 6.5 months. So you take 6.5 months from, I've heard May. It could be April. I've heard April to May. So let's say if it's April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 6.5, let's say November's when we should start looking for new all-time highs. It could happen longer. It could happen sooner. But around the halvening is like a good point to start anticipating new highs. But you can see, even in the halvening, we're still pretty much a good amount through each one of the downtrends. So we'll have to just wait and see. We'll have to just wait and see. I forgot why I was talking about this. Oh yeah, becomes the bullishness. So understanding that we have at least another year ahead of us, or 10 months, 10 to 11 months before the halvening. There's no reason to expect all-time highs anytime before that. Could things be different this run? Absolutely, but history doesn't rhyme. History doesn't repeat; it rhymes. So if history were to rhyme this time again, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But we can absolutely get an elongated kind of sideways range before doing the same thing, which I'm okay with. But we'll just have to wait and see how it happens. Are you still on a diet? So Pratish, yes. I'm still trying to figure out what works best. One of the things I learned recently is that like doing an extended fast past 36 hours is absolutely terrible. I hate it. I used to be able to do it a lot when I was younger, but I was also out of the house a lot more. I was also working outside a lot more. One of the things that is very difficult is being trapped inside the house while trying to fast for an extended period of time. I find that being outside of the house helps a lot. And unfortunately, just sometimes where it's just not so nice out. And what I also try to do is go for walks. Like probably at some point after the stream today, I might either go outside and shoot some hoops for a little bit, or I might go walk, or a combination of both, depending on how I'm feeling. I try to get some exercise in daily, and I try to go for 36-hour fast. So that's like my comfortable limit of where I'm comfortable at. Dude, I hate. So trying to think of when's the last time I ate. The last time I ate was probably like 1 a.m. last night, 1:30 a.m. I was out with friends. So if I were to hold that 36-hour fast, it would be till tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. So I'll be able to eat lunch tomorrow. And what I have found is if I could manage 2 of those a week, that's like perfect. And then from there, I'll just stick to eating once a day. And when I eat once a day, I eat full meals, and I still try to go out and exercise as much as I can. So I am still dieting, but it's not like very strict. I don't have a strict schedule. I try to fit a 36-hour fast twice a week. That's what I try to do. So a day and a half. That's like how I try to gauge things. I'm not a big fan of trying to do, instead of doing 72 hours in one go, it's a lot easier for me to do 36-hour fast twice. I know someone who's done, like, they call rolling 24s or rolling 48s, or in this case rolling 36s. Is what you do is you fast for an extended period of time, eat 1 to 2 meals in a very small time frame, and just keep doing 36-hour fast. That's crazy. The crazy part about that is if during your eating windows, you can actually eat a lot of food and you still lose weight if you decide to take that route. Because you got to think your basic metabolic rate, right? Let's say for me, I'll just give a basic number. Let's say 2,500 calories is what I can do. Is what like my body maintains at with my metabolism is currently burning. So if I could burn 2,500 calories a day just from my basal metabolic rate, if I can maintain that, all right, every 36 hours, that's about 3,000 calories, 3,600 calories. Wait, let me do the math on that. Well, yeah, 3,750. I don't know why I couldn't do the math on that. 3,750. So I'm burning almost 4,000 calories every single 36 hours. And so in order for me to incorporate for the calories previously burned without me eating, as well as accumulating and basically accounting for that same day as well, I would have to eat 3,750. I would have to eat 6,000 calories in one or two one or two meals in order to make up for that deficit. That is a lot of food, right? That's a lot of food. It can be done, but it's a lot of food. So for me, I figured one or two decent sized meals for maybe a couple hour in between each, and doing maybe another 36-hour fast. If you want to go crazy, you can absolutely do that. That is a lot more realistic than trying to do a 7-day fast. I think that's hard. I don't know. I just can't do it. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. But as of right now, 2 36-hour fasts a week. Yeah, 2 36-hour fasts a week, plus still eating one meal a day, if not maybe a 4-hour eating window. I'm walking about an hour to 2 hours every single day that I can. So anywhere from how many miles is that? I usually average like a 20-minute mile when I'm walking. So anywhere from 5 to 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 5 to 9 miles a day, depending on the time and what I'm feeling. So yeah, doing good. Do good on that. Let's see. I feel the dump will start tomorrow if it happens. Yeah, definitely possible, Bot. Gotta listen to your body. Each person is different. Exactly. Max fast I've done is 80 hours. Dude, that is... I don't know, man. Clapshot, I don't know how you did that. Like, after... If I was, like, outside, or if I was, like, driving... Because I gotta take a road trip. So, next Monday... at night. So, I won't be here Tuesday. Just letting you guys know. I'll be here Sunday, but I won't be here Tuesday. Maybe I'll stream on Monday if I have time. But next Tuesday, I keep saying next Tuesday. Next Monday, I'm taking a road trip to Florida. So I'm driving from where I live to Florida is about 16 hours-ish. Me and my sister's actually moving down there. So she's loading up her car, and we're both just gonna go, and I'm flying back up on Wednesday morning. So I should be back Wednesday. Hopefully, this is going to suck. I already know it's going to suck. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to not eat too much prior, because I don't like... I just want to get it done. I don't want to take too long. I don't want to take too many bathroom breaks. I just want to get it done. So for me, I will go ahead and fast through the entirety of that trip. And hopefully I can get some sleep on the car ride there. It's gonna suck, but we'll see. Hopefully I can get some sleep. But I'm not gonna eat for the entire car ride. Maybe I'll have a little bit something when I get to Florida. But I'm gonna see if I can stick out a 48-hour or a 72-hour if I can figure it out. But is there any body weight difference? Yes. So I started at around 247. I was like almost 250, and now I'm sitting at about 237, 238, somewhere in there. So I've lost about 10 pounds, and no severe calorie restriction when it comes to like strict diet plans. Just intermittent fasting, extended fasting, eating whatever I want. And I've also, unfortunately, I've been a little bit how do I say this? I haven't been as strict recently. I don't like to drink at that much. I drink a little bit, not that much. But a couple of friends of mine have been going to a bar after we go bowling on Wednesdays. And been drinking a lot more than I probably should. I'm not getting drunk every time. But I'm having a couple more beers than I usually would. So definitely it's not helping. But even with doing that, I lost 10 pounds over the course of... probably like a month and a half. So far, I would say a month and a half that I've been doing this. So, not bad. Not too shabby. Road trip. Yeah, no, I have a thing where I don't like to be in the car unless I'm driving. I don't know why. I'm not saying I'm a NASCAR driver, I'm a pro, but I used to ride motorcycles when I was younger, and when I took a defensive driving course when I was getting my motorcycle license, um, they taught me a lot of things on how to be aware or how to gain a situational awareness. And from there, every time I drive, dude, I'm always looking around what's going on, being a defensive driver. And every single person that I've been in the car with is not like that. So they like to just look at what's in front of them. They're not looking behind them. They're not looking at possible traffic patterns ahead of them. They're just watching the car in front of them, and that drives me absolutely nuts. So I don't like being in the passenger seat. So, like for context, last year, I went to, I don't know if you guys were here for this, but I went to North Carolina for a week. And on the way back, it was a 10-hour drive from North Carolina to where I live. I literally drove the entire way myself. My girlfriend was in the car and she's like, "You want me to drive?" Because we woke up early. She fell asleep. I said, "Screw it, I'll just keep going." And by the time, next thing you know, we were crossing the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I think that's what it's called. That bridge that goes from Virginia into the part of Maryland that's like on the island. That was a nice drive. But by the time we got there, and we were getting close to Delaware, I said, "Screw it, I'll just keep going." And we got to Delaware. We made a pit stop. I said, "You know what? Fuck it. We're almost there." I pretty much drove the entire 10-hour drive by myself. I got a Busa. Once you ride, you learn how to drive. Yeah, exactly. Especially if you got a Busa. Yeah, no thanks, dude. I had an R6. That's all I need. I remember like as soon as I got my license, my friend's brother handed me the keys to his R1. And we went for a ride. And this is before I had my sport bike. So my first bike was a sport bike. And we were on Route 80. When we're getting on Route 80, it's like, "Go for it, man." It's like, "Do what you want." And I remember just sitting there, just cruising. I was in like 6th gear. Maybe doing like 2000 RPM, maybe. And I was doing almost like 90, 95. I was like, holy crap. I was just cruising. Literally just sitting there, one hand on my hip, just kind of just holding the throttle, not even going too nuts. And I'm sitting there weaving between traffic. That's when I realized I don't need a leader bike in my life. So 600 was perfect for me. Dude, I've driven like 20 hours straight. No shot, bro. You drove 20 hours on LSD? That is nuts, dude. I can't even imagine tripping while driving. Fuck that. Was it like, I hope you were just taking like half a tab or something. If you're taking anything more than a tab, I don't know. That's nuts. Even a tab is crazy. BTC, why don't you do something? Respect the price. The price setups. Respect the ABCs. Pump. You build a tolerance like everything else. Dude, just based off of that answer, I don't even want to know how many tabs he took while driving. Dude, that is nuts. Then his mom came and woke him up from bed. Is this all a dream, Pratish? Is that what you're trying to say? I was probably on a tab, but coherent. Dude, that is crazy, man. I know you build up the tolerance, but like, dude, that's, to me, that's nuts. It's like, actually, I don't want to spoil anything. It's like a TV show that I watched recently. BTC, why don't you do something? Pump. That is why I don't ride much. Yeah, I sold my bikes. I had 3 bikes. I had a Kawasaki Vulcan 500. That was my first bike. Fortunately got into an accident and wrecked that thing. Totaled that and got a nice check from the insurance company. Ended up buying an R6. It was a 2002. I think it was 2002. It was the last years they were using carburetors. So unfortunately that bike still had carburetors in it. But that thing was so much fun, man. I had that for a couple of years. Ended up selling that, made a profit on that. I put probably close to 10,000 miles on that thing, and I still made a profit. That was crazy. I bought it for like just a little over $2,000, and I sold it for like $2,500. That was really cool. And then took the money and I actually bought. I still can't believe I did this, but I actually bought a Honda Grom. I bought a Honda Grom because at the time I was working at a job that was like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes from my house. And it was all through back roads. And so I figured, why not? I would just use it to commute. At the time, my car was like broken down. So I was just using my bike as for transportation. And every time it rained or if it was like bad weather, I would just get a ride. So my car got fixed. But then so I bought the bike anticipating I was going to use it for a couple months just to wait till parts came in from my car. And then eventually, I just kept it. My car got fixed. I drove it as much as I could. Groms are awesome. They're slow as shit, but they're awesome. Little 4-speed on a 125cc engine. That was really fun. And then had that bike for a couple years. And once I got a new job, my commute ended up being 2 minutes to 30 minutes, and it was all on highways. I can't do that on a Grom, so I ended up having to sell it. Hippies in the 60s and 70s live differently. They've been my farming life mentors. Yeah, medical LSD, bro. You built different, man. You built different. Motorcycles suck when you got to shop for food. Yeah. Yep. That is true. That is very true. All right. Let's do Wordle. We are approaching the hour-and-a-half mark. Oh, I did it again. Let's see. Oh, you guys can't even see price action. So I will leave price action on the right here as we play Wordle, just in case I don't miss anything. Audio. Let's do plate instead. Okay. So plate. Something that ends with TE. I keep thinking ATE, but is the... What do you guys think? Hugo, yo, bro, are you... Yo, bro, all good? Thoughts on Filecoin? Yeah, let's take a look at Filecoin. Good to see you, though. Learned a very valuable lesson about Weight on handlebars ends with a gallon of milk. Waste, that's a good one. Let me change it to Filecoin real quick. I'll let you guys. You know what? I think I might have that on my other list. So Filecoin. All right, Filecoin's a little rough because of this. That was a crazy wick. So for the larger perspective, Filecoin actually looks decent if we can get back above $4.19, 19.2. I really don't see anything else, to be honest. That's pretty much the main level I have for Filecoin, Hugo. So if we can get back above there, that's going to be a good area of confidence for me. But yeah, $4.19. Is there a short position? If you want to be short, I would say this is the setup. I don't like this, but that's the setup. Not financial advice, but if you want to short that, definitely can. See, Heather, you're back up. Waste is a good one. Yeah, I'll definitely go back to that. Just joined. Did I miss XRP? If not, please. Yeah, absolutely, Darren. I can definitely do it for you. Let's do XRP. Ripple. Oh, did you look at that? All right, so XRP is in an interesting spot. Over the course of a higher time frame, if I am going to be bullish on it, I need to see a cross back below 40.71. All right, so if we can get back below there off of this ABC, that's going to be a higher area of confidence for me to go long off of. That's going to be the setup. I'm not really looking for smaller time frame ones. If we can get a setup like that, that'll be fantastic. Alternative, maybe we have a chance to put in a smaller ABC here. Like I said, I'm not interested in taking smaller time frame trades at XRP. But if XRP, oh, nope, I don't want that color. If XRP can go back below 45, 48 and then reclaim that level, that'll be a good level for me to go ahead and test. Or sorry, a good trade to actually take if we aren't going to put in that lower low past 40 cents. That's a scenario if we are looking at something like this. Do an A, or A to a B to a C. I really don't feel confident in taking any other positions besides that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for XRP at the moment. There's no short positions. That's the only other position at 45, 48, but I am not interested in taking any trades till we get back below 40.71. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. All right, back to Wordle. So what was it? Waste? Waste is a good one. Okay, so now I get it. Paste. Taste. Oh, I already. Why did I use P? Why did I use P again? Taste. Okay. There we go. Five guesses. Thank you for that. Perthish, yeah, you got it. I don't know why I for some reason thought paste, and I didn't even think to use that we used the P again, but taste was the answer. Taste was the answer. Great job, guys. Thank you. Thank you for helping. Remember, and if Kite goes on today, all right, I won't say anything, but someone else better help him out. It's funny. It's funny that he gets mad every time I say something in chat. What are we at? All right, hour and 35. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it an evening. Now that you know kind of what I'm looking for, quick little recap for those who are tuning in a little bit later. Remember, 31,000 is the level that we're looking to take the next short off of. All right. If we get an ABC, which we most likely will, but if we get the ABC off of that larger setup, all right, and we do get back below, I will be taking that short. All right, so just letting you guys know. So once we take that short, hopefully we can get a larger reversal. If not, if this setup fails, we are going to the moon. There's really no other way to put it. So keep that in mind. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll get a reaction here soon. I know there's going to be a lot of resistance, so it might take a little while. But yeah, thank you guys again. I will be here on Sunday. All right, so remember, Sunday I'll be here. Tuesday I will not. So maybe when I get back, I'll stream. We'll have to just wait and see on the timeline of when I get back home. I should be getting back home around like 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we can move Tuesday stream to Wednesday. That's going to be the goal. So we'll have to just wait and see. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on Sunday. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Be good. Be safe. Let's do the thing. Stare into you guys' soul. Make sure you guys are prepared. I feel like, why am I tilting my head? Just do this. All right. Let's see. Have an excellent weekend. If I don't catch you, have a safe journey and enjoy yourself. Trade safe. Thank you so much, Trey. I really do appreciate that. Hopefully to catch you on the next one. But if not, I'll be back soon. All right. So let's see. Drew, Perthish, Darren, Hugo, Smoking Burrow, Perthish. I'm pretty sure I said Perthish. BetaBot, Clap Show, Crypto Beehive, Sean, Drew, Akbar, Mr. Reckless, I already said Crypto Beehive already. Alif, Namaste. Oh, did I not say hi to you? Namaste. I'm so sorry. B Team Crypto on spot. That was a while ago. No, that's Leverage. But B Team Crypto, Zaman Videos, Harold, Joe. I think I got everyone. If I missed you, I apologize. If you didn't say hi in chat, I apologize as well. But let's do the thing. Bye-bye.